The rotation model is the most widely known blended instructional model. In the rotation model, students rotate on a fixed schedule or at the teacher's discretion between learning modalities, at least one of which is online learning. Let's take a look at how a North Carolina kindergarten teacher uses the rotation model to personalize learning for their youngest learners.
Good morning, boys and girls.
Good morning!
How is everybody feeling this morning?
Good!
The reason why I chose to implement blended learning in my classroom was because we had a higher than average kindergarten enrollment. When I went to my principal, she knew the situation they were in.
My initial thoughts when Mr. Green wanted to implement blended learning was that this was a wonderful opportunity for our students.
She understood that Ms. Williams was going through the same type of training I had.
I have definitely learned a lot about the blended learning classroom. Students have a voice and a choice.
So me, Ms. Williams, and my principal sat down. We need to give them the best instruction and the best opportunity to show growth. So I said, okay, well, let's implement the A-B schedule by doing it in thirds. So we have at least 30 minutes per group. First, from day one, I had to be consistent, come up with a regular schedule that they will be able to eventually predict. I will use a chart to show exactly our rotations where they need to be. Then as we kept on going on and doing it daily, repeated it, so it's like clockwork to them. Remember, this is kindergarten. I had to teach them how to plug up the laptop, how to log on to your computer, what programs to use once you get to the computer. It was like a step-by-step process. But at the end, now they're able to do it themselves.
So with the rotation, the class is not as large, and it actually affords him to be able to observe the students better and to see what their gaps are or what needs they may have.
Put your finger on that first word. Let's set up that first word. Shh. Good job.
For my lesson design, first I look at my data to see where my students are at and where they need to be. I look at my standards to figure out what the standard calls for. Then I look at my activities to make sure that they are appropriate at age level. I have to make sure that in the electronic version of the class that it's created and ready for them to go.
The students receive that core instruction with their teacher, and then they get that digital piece to reinforce what they are learning.
I learned so much from the Rethink Education program, and our students have shown us through the use of the playlist and the guided instruction that they can do what they need to do so that they can meet their academic potential that we know they have.
The Rethink program has really been a game changer for Halifax County schools. It is the great equalizer for us in terms of making sure that students have access to the resources that they need. And so when you look at the blended model, it will actually hone in on the students' strengths and weaknesses to allow them to expand their knowledge base. And the same thing with the teachers.
It will improve your classroom instruction. It will guide your students' learning in a new direction, and they'll want to become more engaged in the learning process.
Now let's go to the next word.
Ship.
What is it?
Ship.
If you're ever in their classes, you see the excitement when they answer questions. They get to express themselves and to collaborate a little bit more versus having all of them together. Nothing but positive things to say about blended learning.
She can find a shell.
It relieved the stress off of me. It helped me to reach all of my students all the time. And so just by implementing this and be able to know that I had some type of impact on my kids' learning was worth it all.